Alright guys, today I'm gonna talk about my 300ZX, as most people pronounce it. 1990 Nissan 300ZX. It's the naturally aspirated, and it's the automatic. Ooh! Everybody hates automatics. I don't know. I don't mind it. I mean, depends on what you're planning on doing with it. If you just want something, to put a lot of miles on, it's been fine. It's not real hesitant in finding gears because it doesn't have a turbo. Just, does what it should on the highway. Definitely had some issues. It's my first one of these, but dream car, you know how that goes. Childhood dream car. It's a very clean shell and everything. It was a nice clean motor when I got it. Definitely put some miles on it. I think I've got like 5,000 miles with not too much trouble. Just normal maintenance. Had some a window motor go bad on the driver's side, so I checked everything, like the power amplifier and this little box that's in there. I checked all of that. It was all good. I got some out of a junkyard to swap and confirm that that wasn't the issue. A good friend online pointed me in that direction. Turned out being the window motor. So, kind of a difficult little spot to get to back in there, but it's definitely doable. 3 little bolts. I personally love this steering wheel compared to all the other years. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm sure you feel the same way. This shit is awesome. I love this car. I love the peanut butter interior. Look how dirty it is. It's a sin. It's sinful. Definitely love the design. Lot of, bad mojo about the motor, and a lot of people just say they're high maintenance and whatnot. I mean, you gotta know what you're getting into. If you want your dream car that's beautiful and it's a 30-year-old car, you're gonna have to learn some shit, You're gonna have to do some shit you're not comfortable doing. The first thing that happened to me was I drove this car home from Detroit. It started misfiring. A couple of the coil packs. At the time, I thought the coil packs were faulty. There's a few yellow ones in there, aftermarket. I ended up going all OEM replacement ones. Definitely had some issues with that. And I might as well get into that while I'm talking about it. So, went to the junkyard, yanked a bunch of OEM ones, and they definitely worked for, about 1,500, 2,000 miles. We did a trip to the Upper Peninsula, crossed the Mackinac Bridge with this bad lad. It was an experience, and kept swapping out this cylinder's coil packs. And I went through so many of them, and it just, wasn't sounding the best. It misfire on this side, it misfire on that side, and just got real sick of it, So eventually I started swapping out the coil packs, listening to the injectors, watched hundreds of YouTube videos about how to fix it, and this foreign guy, I don't know his name, with the red 300ZX, was talking about checking all these connections. I checked everything. I couldn't find it's probably under there somewhere, like the PTU or whatever they're talking about, checking the connections. They all looked fine. Maybe a little bad, but that wasn't the issue. I started tugging on these wires, and it's pretty obvious what happened here. So I don't know who did this. I imagine someone was just trying to get a new a new clip on these bad lads, because everything over time just deteriorates. So just find one that isn't messed up, you know. I'm sure someone swapped these clips out because they're all spliced in, but they did a terrible job. So I'm just gonna retrace all those things that are electrical taped up, and I got like $13 of stuff from O'Reilly, and it's gonna solve all my electrical problems in the next video. What else? I first got this car, brought it back, had the misfire issue. I didn't know what it was. I heard that, you know, those were common things, but went to go start the car alarm went off, went through all the security system crap. So you have to rip the carpeting and the floorboard and whatnot. It's wood under there. I definitely thought that was something aftermarket that someone like put in chintzy. It's kind of sketched out to begin with, but I've seen a bunch of other people, so I'm pretty sure it's stock. Have that. I don't know much about these cars other than all the extensive research I've done. I've never been inside one. I researched all the deletes, you know. Everyone's saying not to do them just because the car is going to be worth more money someday. But yeah, I would like to do them personally. I got the updated injectors that I haven't put in yet. The red ones. Someone ran some speakers. I'm not into having speakers in this thing, but my local mechanic definitely laughed at the wiring, and he's on the fire department. He was like, "That's a fire hazard." Lets me know everything that's not right. Just put these ugly snow tires on because I had them. Just trying to roast them off, basically. I will eventually do the antenna motor delete because mine's already ripped off, and probably get the plug so it doesn't let water in. Yeah. Had a bulge in the tire up north, so I got my favorite tire again, some Michelin Pilot Sport AS3s, because it rains a lot, you know. All my buddies are like, get a summer tire, and then it rains and you fly off the road, so I prefer this tire. No road noise. I had some cheap tires that came with it on it, and I was just cornering and going around an off ramp, and you would not believe how noisy and terrible handling, all because of the tires. Swap the tires out. These big old wide soft tires, oh my gosh, it's just so much better. Tons of clearance in there, you know, you can't even get a finger back there. That's pretty much how they all are. I do have these adjustable camber arms in back somewhere. I had them. I don't know what I did with them. There they are. I hid them from the public. Those are pretty cool. The gold and blue color scheme. I do have replacement fan belts and everything for doing those eventually. I don't know how to turn on my air conditioning, so I imagine you just set the temperature as low as it goes, and it's automatically supposed to come on. I don't know if mine doesn't work correctly, what's going on. Haven't really looked into it much, but AC doesn't work at this point. It's got a pretty cool flip up dash or deck in there. But yeah, the paint's rough, you know, but it's not all about the looks, you know. I'm just glad the thing runs decent. Once I get those electrical issues fixed, hopefully that'll be the end of my problems. Yeah, like I say, absolutely love this car. I mean, I can't say enough about it. You know, I got supercharged cars, I got fast cars, I got good handling cars. It doesn't matter. This car just trumps them all. Just design. Everyone says they're hard to work on. You know, it's not bad. It's not. Don't be discouraged by how crazy this looks. It's pretty cool. This symmetrical engine design. It's just unique seeing something old and awesome. I did replace the starter on it. Had to replace the starter. Just a couple things, you know. That happens. I replaced this tap tube. This is definitely decaying behind there, so in the near future I'll be looking into a radiator. But yeah, I love this car. Love it. So thanks for checking it out. Can't go wrong with one of these. I mean, I looked at a bunch of S13s and the frame rails were just rotted out. I mean, just terrible. And the strap mounts, just everything was just nasty on just about all of them. So it seems like it's harder to find a clean shell in those. I don't know if these don't rust as much for some reason. But yeah, almost every one of these I've seen has just been like really nice condition. So I don't know if I don't know. They worked out some kinks or something. Actually, those were produced after it as well, which is kind of weird. Thanks for watching.